Good afternoon, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with Fog Puzzle number 2 by EPH. I don't remember solving number 1. Maybe I did. Maybe it wasn't very good. The first puzzle I ever released was Psycho Killer number 2. So what can I say about numbering? So this is a fog puzzle by EPH. And I like fog puzzles, and I like EPH. So this was kind of a no-brainer. This one's been sitting in my queue. I think this one got lost in my queue, actually, but this one's been sitting in my queue for a while. So, yeah, this one just had, it bubbled to the surface, bubble, and it's now been done. So, yeah, puzzles will a surface. A couple of things in the rules in this one which bug me, and like just the way that they're formatted and everything, but with fog puzzles, they're the ones that I can't really fix, and I've got no idea if there's anything in the grid. It's always a bit of a weird one, that one, but it's just the way fog puzzles go. So a lot of people have been asking me to do a stream where I talk about how I set my cosmetically set my puzzles, not the creation of the puzzles themselves, but how I set them to be channel ready, and how I use the various tools in order to make puzzles that are, with the various lines and playing with colors and playing with positioning and everything, so everything is good for solving on multiple devices and everything. Of course, fog puzzles really throw a spanner in that works, but yeah, maybe that'll be something I'll look at sometime soon. Anyway, Fog Puzzle number 2 by EPH. Who knows? I'm recording way in advance because I'm going on holidays. For all I know, someone will convince me and that stream will have happened before you see this puzzle. Who knows? Anyway, so what do we have? Well, this is a fog puzzle, but the fogs is the last rule mentioned. I'm a big fan of having your global constraints mentioned first and then having your constraints in kind of order that the solvers are going to see them. So yeah, anyway, so what do we have? We have normal Sudoku rules. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. The next rule mentioned is cells connected by a green line must contain digits with a difference of at least 5. So these two, the digits placed in these two cells will have a difference of at least 5. The digits placed in these two cells will have a difference of at least 5. And even though with cosmetic tools it is possible to end a line right on the edge of a cell now, we can kind of assume that these, it is part of fog puzzles that we can assume that any cell, any line that doesn't end, these lines are going into these cells. They absolutely are. I actually have played with a fog puzzle where the line, you would make an assumption that a line ended, but it then didn't. And I don't know, I don't know if I'm going to release that one. Anyway, cells connected by a black dot must contain digits which are in a 1 to 2 ratio. Cells connected by a white dot contain digits which are consecutive. Now, my issue here is before you explain the fog, you've explained something that you can't see. EPH, I'm not picking on you, I'm picking on everyone who does this. You are not unique. So let's explain the fog first. Much of the grid and the rules in the puzzle are different to the one that I've got listed above, but some of the grid is covered with fog. Placing correct digits into the fog will remove the fog from any cell that's touched by the correct digit. So if I was to place the correct digit into, I don't know, this cell, all of these would be cleared. If I was to place the correct digit here, all of these would be cleared. If this is the first digit I place, then all of these will be cleared because that digit is being touched by those. Basically, you draw the square around the digit that you place and all of the fog will get cleared from that and you'll be able to see the constraints hidden beneath it. Underneath those, you will have those dots. Now, whether all dots are given or not, I don't know. The general assumption these days is that not all dots are necessarily given, which means dots just provide positive information, negative information may or not be there. So that was not the standard for Sudoku for many years. So what I'm saying now is that seems to be becoming the standard. But if you do a puzzle from a Sudoku book or from Logic Masters Germany or anything, it used to be that the standard was if it didn't state that not all dots were given, all dots were. And now the standard seems to have reversed. So if you're doing an older puzzle, just be aware that might be something that snags you up. They're the rules we've got. We've got German Whispers, we've got Kropki dots, and we've got the Fog of War. They're the only rules that are listed, so I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So, well, I know what that digit is, basically, because what we can say is we can say that these lines, and I'm going to use yellow because they are more visible and they won't disappear to me, so I will know to remove them. This line must continue, this line must continue, and this line must continue. So those German whisper lines are continuing into those cells. But you can never put 5 onto a German whisper line. But I have to put a 5 in box 1. And why can't I put 5 onto a German whisper line? Well, because a 5 on a German whisper line with the 5 difference would mean anything that was next to it would have to be 0 or less, 5 lower, or 10 or higher. Not valid within the first rules where you have to use the digits 1 to 9. So I can turn around and say this is a 5. Now that allows me, and I'm going to try and keep doing this, to remove all of that. Now this continues up here, this continues in here, 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 and here. So what do we know from that? Okay. Oh, and there. So in this box, we do have something we could possibly look at with polarity. We can start doing some colouring. I don't know whether it's going to be useful or not, because on a green German whisper line, or if you could colour it something else, but on a German whisper line, any digit that is placed, because you can't put a 5 on it, will exist either below 5 or above 5. If it's below 5, the 5 difference means that you have to go up, and any digit below 5 plus 5 is going to be 6 to 9, and any digit above 5 minus 5, because you can't go up from 6 to 9, minus 5 is going to be below 5. So what you'll end up with is any digits next to each other are going to alternate high, low, high, low. We call that alternating polarity. So this will be one polarity, this will be the same polarity, this will be the same polarity, because they'll alternate along this line. But what does that mean? It means on this line, I can't make those the same polarity as the ends on the other one, otherwise I'll have 5 digits either below 5 or above 5, and I've only got 4 of each. So I know that those are all the same, and those are all the same. I'm going to use green and purple. What does that mean? Well, these can't be 4 or 6, but the 4 and the 6 is in those. Right, 4 and 6 is in these, because I can never put 4 or 6 in any of those cells. Because if I put 4 or 6 in those cells, the digit that is next to it would have to be the same digit, because they all only have a single partner. So 4 and 6s are in those cells. And that has an impact here, because this black dot is now restricted, because if that's the 6, ooh, am I right about that? Means that is, yeah, I think I want to look here, because this, I think, now can't be, well, it can't be 3, because if this is 3, both of those are 6, and I could never put 6 in here. But it might be able to be 6. So the only digits you can put on a black dot... No, wait a minute. This is really restricted. The only digits you can put on a black dot are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. And the reason for that is 1 doubles to 2, 2 doubles to 4, 3 doubles to 6, and 4 doubles to 8. After that, you start breaking the concept, because 5 doubles to 10. So you'll notice there's no 5, 7, or 9 there. Now, 1 doubling to 2 might be okay. 2 doubling to 4 might work. So I could put 2 here if I put 4. No, I can't put 2. Well, 2 to 1 might work, but 2 to 4 doesn't, because I can't put 4 in either of those cells. 3 to 6 doesn't work, because I can't put 6 in either of those cells, because that would make both of those 1. So this can't be 3. 4 here doesn't work because I can't put 4. I can't put 4 or 6 here either because I can't put 6. 4 would make both of those 9. 6 would make both of those 1. This is 1, 2, or 8. If this is 8, both of those are 4. This is 8, both of those are 4, and then I can't put 4 in this cage at all. So this is a 1 or a 2. So this is actually a low digit. So these are high digits, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 1 would make both of those. So these are from 1, 2, and 4 only. But I could put 4, this 2, 4, if this is 2, 1, and then I could put 4 here, for example. So that could work. But these are low. So these are high, and these are low. But this is a high digit. Could that be a 5? I don't see why not. This is high. I've already got 3 low digits in this column. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Well, there must be a 2 on this. So this is 1, 3, or 4. Because this is either, if this was a 2, this would be 1, 4, and they're not in it. And there's also a 2 in here. But I could go 1, 2, 2. Is there more going on here? This has to be a 1 or a 9, doesn't it? Because this has to be 4. Because these aren't 4 and 6. Because one of them is low and one of them is high. So there must be a 4 or a 6 in here. And whichever one gets the 4 or the 6 means that this is a 1, 9. But that frees up the other half, which means one of these is the other 1, 9. Oh, I can't put 4 in either of these. A 4 here would make both of those 9, and a 4 here would make both of those 9. There's no 4 in either of these. These are a 1, 2 pair. There's no 1 there. These are 1, 2 pairs. Okay, so what does that do? It means that these are the same digit. Okay. The colouring has messed up what I know about the puzzle. So this is, right, this is 7, 8, or 9. So this is a high digit because this is 7, 8, 9 because it can't be 6 and it can't even be 7. This is 8 or 9 because this is a 3 or a 4, which can only be next to an 8 or a 9. So this is 7, 8, or 9. If that's 9, that's 8, that's 7, that's 3. And the 4 goes in one of those and the 6 goes in one of those. But that seems okay. I'm very confused. If this is high, this would be 6, this would be 7, 8, or 9. Well, this would be 6. If this is 6, this would be a 7, 8, 9. Does that work? 6, 1. Hang on, where's 7 in this box? If this is 6, 1, I couldn't put 7 in either of those. So if 6 is in here, the 7 is on the other side of it, because I couldn't put 7 in either of those, because 7 would need the 1, 2. If 6 is here, 6, 1, 7, 2, that works. But if 4, 9, where does the 3 go? Because I couldn't put 3 here. So this is either, these are 3, 4, 6, 7. So they're either 3, 4 or 6, 7. If they're 3, 4, these are 1, 2. If they're 6, 7, these are 8, 9. So if this is 6, this is 7, 8, 9, 1, 7, 8. I'm not following. If this is the 6, 1, this becomes the 7. Or that becomes the 7, because you could put 2 there and then you could put something in the middle. So these are either 3, 4 or 6, 7. Hang on, but if this is 6, this is 1, this is the 7, this is the 8, 9. If this is the 6, this is the 7, 8, 9. Hang on, if this is the 6, this would be the 7, these would be 8, 9, and that would be broken because these would be 8, 9. So this can never be 6. If this is 6, this is 7, 8. Sorry, if this is 6, this is 1, this is 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, this is 7, 8, and this is 9. So if this is 6, this is 9. If this is 4, this is 9. 9 is in one of those two. And if this is 4, this is 9. Which means this is 8, this is 7. That's nuts. And now there is no 7 there. There's no 8 there. And the only way this is an 8 is if this is a 9. So this can't, yeah, this is not a 9. Now this is a 6 or a 9. And it can't be a 6. That's a 9. So there's no 9 or 7 there. This is a 6 or an 8. That ends. This is a 1, 2, 3, or 4. There's no 8 here. I'm still working around here. I still haven't figured out box 1. I still haven't figured out box 1, which is crazy to me. I know that's not revealed yet. How? This is another puzzle where I'm expecting there to be comments of like, how did you miss this obvious thing? So this is 3 or 4. Whoops. This is 3 or 4. If it's 4, that's 9. If it's 3, this is 8 or 9. So this is 8 or 9. If this is 8, this is low, this becomes 9. So if this is 9, this is 1. If this is 8, this is 9. But that's... I need a way of being able to... That's not 4 anymore, because that 4 goes next to 9. Six, 9, these would be 7, 8, which would be 1, 2, which is fine. 1, 2, so 7 could go in either of those. I don't see it. I'm very confused. Okay. I keep coming back to this, thinking it has to be this. If this is 2, this is 8, 7, 9. If this is 1, I've got as much freedom as I want. 2, these would be 1. We should push 1 in here, which it kind of is already. Like 1 has to be in one of those, because it has to be next to the 6. But I could make this 1, 2, no problem. I don't even see why I couldn't make that 1, 2. If green is high, that's 9. If green is low, that's... I'm not getting this. I'm starting to be very curious what my tester's times were. I forgot to check, because I saw an EPH puzzle and just went, ooh, I want to do that. So why can't this be 6? Or why can't this be 4? No, this being 6 is the biggest limitation. Or why can't that be 4? 4, 9, 1, 6. 4, 9, 1, 6. So that would force everything. These would be 2, 3. That would be 4. Oh, the 8 makes that 3. And that... 3 is not in there. 3 is in one of these two, or there. But if this is 4, 9, this is 1, this is 6. And this is a 2, 3 pair, and it can't be. So if this can't be a 4, and this can't be a 4 because that can't be a 9. 4 is now in one of those two, so green becomes blue, and purple becomes yellow. That's what... I am such a numpty. So that's a 9. There's no 3, 4 there. Wait, there is a... There's no 7 there. There's no 6 there. There is a 6 in one of those and a 1 in one of those. So there's no 9 there. There's no 8 there. These are 6, 7, 8 without that being the 6. Now what? I mean, this is low, but that's not telling me much. Well, this is now 8, which means this is 3. Okay. This is 6, 7, or 9, and it's not 6 because that would have to be this. They'd both have to be 1. So this is 1, 2, or 4 because it's low, because this line continues into here. The 8, of course, makes this the 6, which means this is not the 6. That took me way too long to find, I feel. This is 1, 2, or 4. Oh, this is just a 4 because it sees 1, 2, 3, and it had to be a low digit. So this is not a 4. This, however, is doing that. Now, it doesn't say anything about green lines not being able to branch or anything. So, but I do know that these are alternating. Maybe I do want to keep colouring. That's low. That's low. This is high. This is 3. Not sure. One of these at least, yeah, the 4 is in one of those. This is high. If that's high, it's 8. This, it's high or 5. If it's high, it's 7 or 9. Down here, I cannot put any, well, 5 is down here, but I cannot put any low digits down there. There's no 3 here anymore. This is 1, 2, or 4. So on this line, if I put 2 high digits, it must include an 8. And if I put 2 low digits, it must include a 3. So if there's an 8 in here, the other one is from 1, 2, 3, that's not a problem. If there's a 3, it must be an 8 or a 9. It's also not a problem that I can see. But there is an 8 or a 3 in one of those. So they're either 1, 2, 3 and must contain a 3, or a 7, 8, 9 and must contain... This would be an 8. And this would be a 7. Wait, that doesn't work. These can't be high. If these were high, that would have to be the 8, and then this would have to be, would see 6, 7, 8, and 9. These cannot be high. Those are both low, and they are 1, 2, 3. And they must contain a 3, which means this is an 8 or a 9 and must be a high digit. That is very, very cool. Now I'm going to keep that in there, but I don't know what it means yet. That was very cool usage of that 7-9 pair. 8 is in one of those two. 5 is in one of those two. Part of me is really tempted to colour the 1s and 2s. So the other 7, 9, that 7, 9 is down here somewhere. No. Wow, I'm still... Okay, let's have a look at this line. Yeah, okay. What is that cell? If it's low, it's 3 or 4. And if it's 3 or 4, this would have to be 8, 9, and it can't be. So that is a high digit. So this is a low digit, and it's any low digit. Oh, that gave me... What did that give me? What did that give me? Wow. Well, we know 6 is up here because 6 in this column is down here with the 5. So 6 is up here by Sudoku. $27. I am not clicking with this puzzle, am I? There's a 3 or a 4 down here. This could be 4, 9 for all I know, because this line may just be too long. What do I have? This is only 5 or 8 because it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 and 9. This is only 5 or 8. This is only 5, 7 or 9. Because it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 8. These are 5, 7, 8, 9. 5 is in there, 8 is in there. Oh, wow. Okay, I think, much as I hate it, I've got to get rid of the colours. This is one version of 1, 2. This is a different version of 1, 2. which means this is green. Orange in this box is in one of those, but I don't know which. And it's told me nothing about those. Actually, this has told me nothing at all. Oh. Have you ever seen a green man cry on camera? I don't know how many of you have been yelling at me for a very long time. 6 goes next to 1, which makes both of those 2, which makes that a 1, which means that is not a 1. Neither is that. That's a 2-3 pair. Wow. Now this I'm really tempted to put all the high-low colouring back. Now, this has to be 2 consecutive digits, but I don't see why it can't contain a 5. That's where the grunt has to be. So I'm going to do this. Wow, what an absolute debacle I am making of this puzzle. Those are low. Those are high. That is high. So these, so I can't go 1, 2 because that can't be 1 or 2. I can't go 2, 3 because that can't be 2 or 3. 3, 4, can't do 3, 4 because that can't be 3 or 4. 4, 5 would work, but only in a particular order. 5, 6 would work in either order. 6, 7 would work. But that's it. Because I can't do 7, 8 or 8, 9. Now, hang on, I determined this. This is a high digit because it can't be low, because then it'd be 3 or 4 and this would be 8 or 9. So this is low, which doesn't actually help me with the thing I was looking at. Have I missed any more obvious whisper logic? Yep. Never solve puzzles when you're sick. Three next to 8. What thing is, puzzles? I used to find puzzles relaxing while I was unwell. I don't know. Wow. 4 goes next to 9, so this is the 7. This is now the 8, which means this is the 5 and this is the 7, which means that's high. I am going to release this video, and I'm really sorry to EPH. It'll give everyone an opportunity to yell at me. So this is 8 or 9 now, because it can't be 6 or 7. Wow, what an absolute debacle I've made of this. Now that, if it's low, it has to be 1, because that would have to be 6. But I think it can be. How am I messing this up so terribly? Okay, what about this line? If that's high, these are low. That would be 2 or 3. That could be almost anything. Where's 9 in this box now actually is kind of an important thing. This 9 means 9's not there. Those are not 9. Those are not 9. That's just a 9. So now I've got another line coming in here, and this is a high digit. The 7 takes 7 out of there. These are 4, 5, and 6. And these are just 4 and 6, and this is a 5, which means this is a 4 or a 6, giving me a 4, 6 pair, which means this is the 3 and this is the 4. This is actually really cool. I'm just terrible at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, and 9 go into there. The 4, 6 pair, not seeing how to resolve it yet, but we've got these now are known to be 2. Well, this is just the 2, because the 4 and the 1 and the 3 are taken up, and that's a low digit. So that's the 2. And the other digit missing from that column is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a 7. So that's just a 7. I'm sorry, everyone. This line now is, there's a high digit on it. This is 1, 6, because I have to put a high digit on it, and it's not 7, 8, 9. So this is 1, 6. So this is the 4, this is the 6, this is the 4. And in this column, let's mark the 4s as low. Actually, I'm very tempted to get rid of the colouring again. But in this column, I'm just missing the 5. In here, these are 3, 8, and 9. Okay, there's no 5 here. And we know these are 5, 6, and 7. And that's not the 5. Or the 7, that's just the 6. So that's cool. And now this continues into here. So one of these is an 8 or a 9. There's either a 9 there or an 8 there. This is a 5, 6 pair, isn't it? Because 5, 6 has to go in this box and it can't go there or there. This is a 5, 6 pair. So this is 1 or 4. And the 1 makes it a 4. So that's a low 4. This is a low 1. This is a 5, 6 pair. And the 6 here makes that the 5 and that the 6, which we know is high. This is a whisper line with a 2 on it, because the line does that, and I need to put a low digit on it, and the only low digit available is 2. So, whoops, but we know that this is 2, 8, 9, but we know the 2 can't be there, because the 2 has to be in that domino. This is a pair, 1, 3, 5. Well, I can't put 5 there, so that's a low digit. So this is a high digit. So it's 6 or 7. But we know these are 4, 6, and 7. This is really weird. Something around these 2 3s is going to break all this up. This line is going to have to disambiguate those 2 3s. So in here, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 8. And in here, I've got 2, 3, 6, and 7. And in here, this one might be important because it's 2, 3, 4, and 9. Which means neither of these can be 9. That's the 9 in the column. Because, oh, that's stunning. Because 4 has to be down here. So this is 2, 3, 4, 9 by the column. So if this was a 4, that's a 9, and I can't put 9 in any of... 9 has to be here. If that's a 4, I can't put 9 in here. So that's not a 4. If it's... I think I said something earlier on, which is just wrong, but 4 is in one of those two, but it's not there. That's not a 4. This is a 4. And this is stunning. 4 goes next to either 3 or 5, and it's not 5 because of the 5 I've already got. That takes 3 out of those. Takes 3 out of there, which puts 3 into there, which takes 3 out of there. These are all low. This is high. This is high. This is very strange. If this is 2, this is 3, this is 2, and this is 3. This can never be 2. Because if this is 2, this has to be the same polarity. These would both be 2, and those would both be 3. This can never be 2. So if it's 3, this is 8, 9. If it's 6 or 7, it's 1, 2. So this is 1, 2, 8, or 9. This is... This cell can be 1, 2, can't be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, or 8 only. Okay, I'm missing something again. I'm missing something again. These are from 1, 2, 8, 9, giving me 3 1, 2, 8, 9s in the box. Oh, 6 is 7. 3 is too close. This is 1. This is 5. This is 3. I'm really struggling with German whispers at the moment, aren't I? 3 comes out. 3 comes out of there and there. So 3 is in one of those two. 5 is not there. 1 is not there. This is high, so this is low. That's the 2. This is the 8, 9. The 2 comes out of there. The 2 comes out of there. The 1 comes out of there. This is an 8, 9 pair. So this is low. This is a 1, 2. That being low means that's high. This is low. This is high, so it's not 3. This is the 3. There's so many cool things in this puzzle. Okay, I missed quite a few of them for being blind, but 2, 3, that takes 2 out of there and there, so that's a 1, 8 pair. Except that has to be low, so that's the 1, that's the 8. 1 is in one of those two. Which means this is the 2, this is the 1. There's no 9 here or 2, that's the 3. So what are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 and 8. But there's a 2 there, so that's the 8 and that's the 2. I'm very comfortable. I am getting rid of the colouring now. It's just in the way. It's probably been in the way for a long time and that hasn't helped me. All of these lines now, I'm fairly comfortable are okay. That could still resolve. If that's a 2, that can't be a 6. But, oh no, that's just a 1. So that can be a 6 or a 7. Wait a minute, this is consecutive. Well, the 1 makes this 6 and this 1. These, they can't be 1, 2. They can't be 2, 3. They can't be 3, 4. They can't be 4, 5. They can't be 5, 6. They can't be 6, 7. So there is an 8 on this dot. They're either 7, 8 or 8, 9. So this is the 9. This is the 8. This is the 9. Now this can't be 8, 9. It's 7, 8. So this is 5 and 7. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no 5 there. The 9 takes 9 out of there. This is still, the 2 takes 2 out of there, so that's a 6, 7 pair. That becomes a 2. The 8 looks up, making that the 9 and that the 8, which looks down, making that the 4, that the 5, and that the 9. The 4 looks down, making that the 6. This becomes a 4, 5 pair. The 6 looks up, making that the 7, making that a 4, 6. The 5 looks down, making that the 4 and that the 5. The 4 looks up, making that the 6 and that the 4. The 6 looks down, making that the 7 and that the 6. And the 7 looks down, making that the 8 and that the 7. And that is the correct solution. It just took me way too long. Way too long. I missed, like, 6-1. I spent ages finding this. The way this interaction happened at the start, I think just discombobulated me completely. And then I just missed things like 8 next to 3 and 6 next to 1. And even in here, 6 next to 1. And then I think again missed it here and here. Like, just, whew, wow. But that resolved so cleanly once you started paying attention to the German whispers, which for some strange reason I didn't. That was very, very cool. Very nice puzzle, EPH. Thank you so much for that one. Sorry about the longer video. Wasn't intentional. It happens sometimes. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. I hope you're enjoying the content on the channel. And as always, good luck with your solving. Better than I got anyway.